We create beliefs about ourselves through our experiences throughout life. We form these beliefs and they are firmly programmed within the mind. And what you believe, you will receive. What you believe about yourself is what you create. Like, you are the creator of your reality. And so if at a deep core level, a subconscious level, you don't believe you are worthy of an amazing love, like a divine love, if you don't feel worthy of that, if you've still got the story, the program running that you are not worthy of this because you were the ugly kid, or whatever story you've created through your experience, if you still hold that at a foundation level, you will unconsciously reject the love trying to come into you. If you've called upon a high love, right, you can momentarily receive this, but if you don't work through and deprogram and decondition from this core belief that you have about yourself, that is, you aren't worthy of that love, you will reject it at an energetic level. And this is all going on beneath the surface because this is energetic work. And this is why it's so important that we begin to understand the new way of the earth will be at a foundational level of energetics and frequency. To understand our core beliefs about ourselves is to slow down, is to create space. Like, how can divine guidance get in when you're busy all the time? How can you receive the divine wisdom when you are consistently busy? When there is no pockets of space and stillness? Yeah, we're absolutely terrified of creating that, because when we create space and stillness, we have to then feel our feels. And that hurts. That really hurts, to sit in our feels, because we are in pain. We are suffering in silence, under the rubble, under the busyness, under the 4 or 5 jobs that we have. We are not creating the stillness and the space for the divine guidance to flow in, to give us the messages that we need. And so long as you are avoiding this, you can't evolve, you can't receive your next steps and reach higher potentials. If we just stay in these cycles, we just stay in that same space throughout time, and we just go through life doing the same things. Evolution is you were created to evolve. The very fact that you're avoiding your creation and your actual purpose on this planet doesn't make sense. Coming back and creating stillness, creating space, even if it's just small increments of time, is so vital for your evolution. So vital to truly, truly become a channel of God's love. And trust me, I know how scary it can feel to slow down. How much resistance there is to slow down, because it's so confronting. It's terrifying to meet our pain. So we just continue to avoid it. But this is your purpose. This is what you're here to do. Trusting that this is your path. Trusting that you are fully capable and you were created to do this healing. Your capacity to heal is innate. And going on this journey, I don't feel is something that you should do alone. There are parts of our journey that I feel we must be alone, in a sense of coming back to the self and being able to detach from other people's perceptions and beliefs and programming. For me personally, moving away from where I grew up was absolutely an initiation in and of itself, and it definitely helped me to be removed from those same looping cycles of being around the same people and the same places. It can make it more difficult to begin a new journey, because essentially we are looking to create new neural pathways and, you know, new programs. And so when we're staying in these same cycles and loops within environments and people and places, it can sort of hinder that process. So yeah, I'm not, you know, recommending that everyone can move away from their hometown, because I know that that's not possible or practical for many people. But if it's an option for you and, you know, you're in a place that you're able to do that, then I think that's amazing. I think it's a beautiful way to begin a healing process. But of course, if you're not in a position to do that and it's not a practical thing for you in your life, then going to a new group or just spending more time alone for yourself in whatever capacity you're able to do so, you know, taking yourself away for a weekend and just like returning to yourself with a notepad and doing a new experience is, you know, it's all about trying to create these new neural pathways, these new experiences, so we can move away from this old conditioning, old programming that we have. And again, it's all of this is such a process, and it's a process that cannot be rushed. The soul is not in a rush. The soul trusts. The ego wants to control, manipulate, contort, have power over the situation, but the soul trusts in the journey, in the process. And it's just a continuous returning to this truth along this journey that will really help you. I would say one of the quickest ways to start grounding back into your truth and reconnecting, I think reconnecting with the earth is an absolute foundational piece to healing, because we have come so far away from the earth. I moved from, you know, a busy town, concrete jungle essentially, and moving to the countryside again has been a huge healing process for me. Grounding with the earth, like walking around barefoot as much as you possibly can, is one huge way to reconnect with the earth, to ground your energy back with the earth and get away from here and back into here, because this is your vessel, is your healing modality, like coming back to our vessel, doing practices that take you out of your mind and bring you into the body is a huge piece to ground and heal. Doing things that take you out of your mind and into your body, dancing, walking barefoot with the earth. You know, you can do this in like woodland, the beach, on concrete. Dancing has been one of the most healing modalities for me. And it's not even a case of, you know, having to have a routine. It's just actually practicing coming back to the body. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a time where I'd come so far away from my body that I didn't even know how to move my body properly. And so it was actually very frustrating to try, and my mind wanted to dance, like my soul wanted to dance so badly, but I was so disconnected from my body that I couldn't move my body in the way I wanted to. And so that was highly, highly frustrating and deeply just really sad that it got to that point. And so coming back to the body and just seeing how the body wants to move is a huge healing piece. Writing is, it's essentially, you don't have to think about, not even thinking about what you want to write, and just writing, like no judgment, no shame on what comes out on that paper. Just write. It removes the noise from in here and puts it out of your vessel. It's such a healing practice. And if you say you're not a writer because you haven't written, then try it. You could absolutely find beautiful healing within that. Remembering your worth for food from the earth. Food from the earth is an absolute foundation to healing. Nourishing foods that feed our cells and our tissues and our brains and everything, our entire systems. The interconnectedness that we have with the earth is found in food. I believe it's where the food actually came from, how it was grown. You know, it's again like working with that worthiness wound of feeling worthy of buying yourself organic food, buying yourself organic meat if meat is what you eat. It sounds silly, but actually when you dissect this and understand and look beneath the surface, realizing that your worth is related to the choices that you make with your food also. The worthiness wound, healing the unworthiness wound, will provide you with so much healing in every aspect of your life, in your relationships, in your work, your nutrition, in your exercise. All of it is connected to our core worth and what we feel and what we believe our core worth is.